Chosen one, if you're here on December 10th, pause for a moment and let your heart settle. Something in you didn't wander here by accident. You felt a pull you couldn't explain, a quiet stirring that caught your attention long before you pressed play. That's how God speaks sometimes, not with thunder, but with a whisper that lands in the deepest part of you. My sheep hear my voice, Jesus said in John 10:27. And today your spirit recognized a voice that wasn't your own. Today isn't just another square on the calendar. It carries a signal, a spiritual opening that heaven has been preparing for you. If you're watching this right now, it means something has already begun to shift in the unseen. Scripture says, "Before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear." Isaiah 65:24. Your steps, even the ones that feel uncertain, are being guided towards something meant for your life. God urges you to be open before 10 p.m. tonight, not out of fear, but because a door is swinging wide, a door that has been locked for far too long. Something you've prayed over in the quiet hours, something you've fought for through exhaustion and tears, is moving toward you. This is the kind of shift the Bible speaks of in Psalm 35. Weeping may stay for the night, but joy comes in the morning. The release is real, and your spirit is ready for it, even if you don't feel that way yet. Stay with this video until the end. The word you've been searching for, the one your heart has been waiting on, may be here. And when you're done, write your warmest wish in the comments and add Amen. Think of it not as routine, but as an act of faith. When you speak, something in the atmosphere listens. When you believe, something begins to move. Now, chosen one, tap the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. Let's step into this moment together, with open hearts and steady hope. God doesn't work through coincidence. He moves with intention, threading moments together long before we ever notice the pattern. This day, this hour, this quiet nudge on a Wednesday, December 10, isn't random. It's a whisper that something long hidden is finally rising to the surface. Maybe your recent days have looked plain, even uneventful. Yet your spirit has sensed a quiet stir. The pause hasn't been empty. The waiting has held weight. The stillness has been shaping you in ways you couldn't see. You've been living inside a divine preparation. It didn't always resemble progress, but heaven was arranging the pieces. As Psalm 37:7 reminds us, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him." Every delay carried purpose. Every slow step was building strength. And now the moment has ripened. This Wednesday holds an unseen doorway, and before 10 p.m., something meant for you is being placed gently within reach. It won't arrive with fireworks. It will come as clarity, as a quiet yes in your spirit, the kind of assurance Jesus spoke of in John 14:27. "My peace I give you. Do not let your hearts be troubled." That peace is your signal. You're standing at the edge of a breakthrough that reaches beyond money or milestones. It touches your spirit, your heart, even the generations after you. What's shifting now can rearrange years of delay. And the beauty is you don't have to force it. You only need to open. Open your heart to trust again. Open your spirit to listen. Open your hands to receive. Open your time to pause. Open your faith to stretch. This day was appointed. This 10:10 moment is sacred, not symbolic. Some directions from God aren't gentle suggestions, they're lifelines. If you felt tired, confused, or shut out, remember Isaiah 55:9. My ways are higher than your ways. What felt like restriction may have been protection. What seemed like silence may have been positioning. God hasn't brought you this far to leave you with almost. He's brought you here for fulfillment. This isn't luck. This is alignment. Something is drawing near to your life today, quietly, gently, yet with a purpose that has been unfolding long before you ever sensed it. It may come as a decision, a revelation, a message, an opportunity, a confirmation, or even a soft whisper of assurance you didn't know you were waiting for. It might slip into your day through a simple conversation, a thought that lingers with unusual weight, a bank notification that surprises you, a sudden shift in your circumstances, or a sign you once prayed for and nearly forgot. However it comes, know this: it has been sent, and it knows exactly how to reach you. This is why God has been nudging your spirit, urging you to pay attention. The timing is delicate. The hour is marked. What you notice or don't matters. Some moments are not ordinary moments. They are kingdom moments. They are felt more than seen. And while many people may walk past them without recognition, the ones who have been shaped through fire, loss, growth, and longing always feel the change in the air. You've lived through storms that nearly tore you apart. You've wandered through deserts that dried up your strength. You've endured nights where your questions grew louder than your hope. And yet, somehow, you're still here, still tender, still listening, still willing to believe. That alone is evidence that a greater hand has been holding you all along. As Psalm 121:7 says, "The Lord will keep you from all harm, He will watch over your life." You were preserved not by accident, but by love. Today is not simply another square on the calendar. This Wednesday, December 10, carries a weight, a shift, a gentle turning in the spirit. God didn't just invite you into this moment, He urged you. Because sometimes heaven speeds up what darkness tried to slow down. And today, that acceleration is touching your life in ways you may not fully understand yet. Let this be a moment where you lean in, not to fear, not to pressure, not to distractions, but to presence. God is closer than you think, and He doesn't need crowds or spotlight moments to bless you. He needs your yes, your awareness, your willingness to open before the window closes. So before 10 p.m. tonight, allow yourself to be present, to be still, to be attentive to the quiet shifts. What arrives may not be loud or dramatic, but it will be undeniable, and it will be yours. Something sacred is moving around you, chosen one. Something deeper than logic, more delicate than explanation. This is not a moment to try to control every outcome or understand every detail. This is a moment to honor what heaven already wrote over your life long before you stood in this place. God crafted the next chapter with confidence, not hesitation. And today, He is lifting just enough of the curtain for you to glimpse what's been waiting. This is why your heart has felt stirred, why the timing feels different, because it is. You are not stepping into a regular moment. You are crossing into a divine assignment. Movements that bypass systems, steps that skip human protocol, paths that ignore usual timing, they're all coming toward you now, without detours, without diversions, without delay. This Wednesday isn't here to blend into the week. It stands as a divine marker, a moment meant to be remembered. Before 10 p.m., something will align that shifts your understanding of what God can do in a single breath. Your natural eyes may not catch it immediately, but your spirit will. And once your spirit recognizes it, what is invisible begins to materialize. Heaven moves at the speed of faith. This is not merely a day. It's a transaction between heaven and your heart. And it comes at a cost you may not have seen, but certainly felt. You've been in a season of being stripped of illusions, of relationships that were never meant to last, of identities that belonged to past versions of yourself. Not because you were being punished, but because God was making room. You were being emptied so that something fuller, truer, and more aligned could finally be poured into you. And now, the pouring begins. It pours not only into your finances or your visibility, but into your atmosphere, your peace, your judgment, your inner strength. It pours into the way you enter rooms with grounded confidence instead of old insecurity. It pours into the way you speak with clarity instead of fear. It pours into the way you handle friction with wisdom instead of old wounds. This is not a surface shift, it's a foundational one. As Ezekiel 36:26 declares, "I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you." Something inside is being renewed. There is a message coming to your spirit soon, a whisper that feels louder than thunder. It will sound like, "You're ready now." And when it arrives, you will remember every closed door and realize that none of them were rejection, they were redirection, development, protection. God hid you to preserve you. He covered you to prepare you. He separated you to accelerate you. And now, what was misunderstood in past seasons will soon be recognized as divine strategy. Watch what happens after today. Watch how doors you once accepted as closed begin to open. Watch how your name is spoken in places you've never stepped foot in. Watch how solutions appear before you even realize you need them. None of this is imagination. It is alignment. When God told you to open before 10:10 p.m., it wasn't only about watching or listening. It was about unlocking the version of you heaven has been shaping, unlocking the momentum tied to this moment, unlocking blessings that have been hovering above your life, waiting for faith to give them permission to fall. The atmosphere around you is vibrating with movement. To the natural eye, it may look subtle, but in the spirit, it is loud. That internal pressure you've felt lately, it isn't resistance, it's release. You are standing right where pressure meets purpose, and something is opening now. You may feel the shift as a sudden peace, or as a spark of excitement, or as a message that confirms your quiet suspicions, or even as a dream that arrives with clarity you couldn't access before. However it comes, recognize it, mark it, hold it carefully, because it is heaven's way of saying, "This is yours. You are not late. You have not missed your moment. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where I need you, aware, open, ready." This Wednesday did not sneak up on you. It was sent for you. What unfolds between now and 10:10 p.m. is not a test. It is a revelation. It is not about effort. It is about witnessing what God does when you let go, when your spirit softens, when your focus settles into peace instead of panic. You do not need to argue your worth. You do not need to convince anyone of your calling. God is revealing it through alignment, through favor, through patterns that can only be explained by His hand. As Psalm 37:23 says, "The steps of a good person are ordered by the Lord," and today your steps are being aligned with something meant only for you. You have sensed this long before you knew the date. A stirring beneath the surface, a pressing in your spirit, a gentle call that never fully explained itself. That wasn't imagination. That was preparation. And now, on this appointed Wednesday, the curtain is lifting just enough for you to see the next layer. God unfolds things in seasons, and today you are stepping into a new one. The timing is not random. The hour is not flexible. 10:10 p.m. is a spiritual coordinate, a seal, a moment where something locked away begins to open. And it is opening for you because you stayed faithful, because you stayed sensitive, because your soul kept pace with heaven, even when your circumstances didn't. This is no longer a season of waiting. This is a season of witnessing. And what you're about to witness will feel like the return of a quiet promise, a promise God whispered in a past season, one you almost let go of. It wasn't fantasy. It wasn't a mistake. What you heard, what you felt, what touched your heart back then, it's returning now. And this time, it comes with clarity. You're standing in a moment where what was spoken over your life is starting to meet what you can touch, see, and feel. That's why the pressure has grown sharper these past days. That's why you've felt waves of exhaustion that didn't match your activity, emotions rising without clear cause, or that deep need to pause as if your soul whispered, "Slow down." Something is shifting. Your spirit has been updating. Your life is finally catching up to the calling God placed on you long before you understood it. What heaven approved is beginning to anchor itself in your physical world. Today, this Wednesday, December 10, heaven isn't just releasing miracles, it's reorganizing access. Doors you couldn't find before are becoming visible. Paths that once felt blocked are clearing. Ideas, people, resources, and opportunities that seemed unreachable are now stepping toward you. Not because you pushed harder, but because God has lifted what once restricted you. When He flips the switch, no gatekeeper, no system, no opinion can bar your entry. As Isaiah 22:22 declares, "What He opens, no one can shut." This shift is so rooted in the divine that even those who dismissed you will witness it. They won't be able to deny what God is doing in your life, not because you're trying to prove anything, but because the light resting on you has become undeniable. That's what happens when timing aligns with obedience, when patience aligns with prophecy. When God says now, and He is speaking that over you, in this very hour, everything changes. Every moment before this was preparation. Every label others placed on you, every closed door, every opportunity that slipped through your hands, every almost that turned into not yet, all of it guided you here. It positioned you perfectly. You couldn't see it then, but now the picture is sharpening. You weren't being punished. You were being set apart, refined for a purpose that could not be rushed. The urgency you feel today isn't meant to overwhelm you. It's meant to awaken you, to remind you that you are still on schedule. Even when life around you seemed delayed or disrupted, you are not behind. You are arriving exactly when heaven intended. And this evening, before 10:10 p.m., is part of that arrival. You may not understand why this timing is so specific, and that's okay. Some revelation comes only as you step into the moment, not before it. Stay open long enough to receive what God is about to place in your hands. When He moves, He doesn't wait for your mind to catch up. He moves when your spirit is aligned. And right now, it is. Expect something to interrupt your normal, a message, a phone call, a thought so clear it feels whispered into your mind, a confirmation, an idea, a revelation. Something will land softly in your day while carrying the full weight of heaven behind it. And when it arrives, don't second-guess it. Don't shrink back. Recognize it. As Jesus said in John 10:27, "My sheep hear my voice. You will know what belongs to you." This is the kind of shift that transforms everything, the kind that redirects entire journeys, the kind that turns quiet prayers into visible reality. You've stepped into that territory now. This isn't wishful thinking. This is spiritual alignment. This is not hoping something good might happen. This is knowing something holy already has. In the unseen realm, there is a moment when everything that was held back, miracles, instructions, resources, breakthroughs, begins to press toward manifestation. That moment is now. You're sensing it because heaven has synchronized it with your awareness. What has been kept for you in spiritual storage is being released. You've waited. You've believed even while questioning. You've endured when answers were silent. And now, you're standing in front of delivery, not of a single blessing, but of layered fulfillment. Blessings that stack, not scatter. And they're coming quickly, unexpectedly, wrapped in grace and quiet power. It may not look the way you imagined, but it will feel like the confirmation your spirit has been aching for. This hour isn't about the expectations others place on you. It's about what heaven has reserved for you. And when God reserves something, No system, no interference, no timing conflict can erase it. It's been prepared in silence, guarded in the unseen, and today it begins its journey toward your hands. Be open, be aware, be ready, because what's coming isn't random. It's yours. Before 10 p.m. tonight, something within you will begin to shift. Maybe it will feel like restlessness, or maybe it will feel like a sudden calm washing over you. Maybe it will come as a wave of gratitude that rises in your chest for no obvious reason. However it arrives, it will come and it will be real. You are not imagining this stirring inside you. You are sensing a divine signal, a holy movement that no human hand could manufacture. God is sending something into your life that doesn't require effort from you to earn it, simply meets you because heaven has opened above you. And when heaven opens, everything changes. Under this open heaven, resources begin to find you with ease. People feel led to bless you without understanding why. Information arrives at the exact moment you need it. Delays begin reversing. Answers that once felt buried start rising to the surface. Hidden things come into light. Long-standing blockages begin dissolving like fog under sunlight. Your name begins moving ahead of you, spoken in places you've never entered, carried by favor you didn't have to request. Something deep in your spirit knows that a larger plan, one long forming, is finally coming into focus. You've endured tests nobody saw. You passed spiritual exams you never announced. You held weights that would have crushed others. But God saw every quiet struggle, every silent tear, every moment you kept going when your strength felt thin. Psalm 34-17 reminds us, "The Lord hears the cries of the righteous." And He did. Heaven kept record in ways the world never could. And now God is rewarding, not loudly, not competitively, but in stillness, in glory, in justice, in abundance. You don't have to chase what's already carrying your name. What belongs to you is already in motion. Your life was never off schedule. It was simply unfolding on a frequency higher than your natural sight could detect. But today, this Wednesday, December 10, that frequency lowers into your physical reality. God is letting you witness a glimpse of what He has been building behind the scenes all along. And the most freeing truth is this: you don't need to strive for what is already ordained. You just need to stay open. Keep your heart softened. Quiet your spirit enough to hear the whisper. Stand aware. Stand ready. When God urges you to pay attention, it's because the moment carries weight in eternity. This window between now and 10 p.m. isn't ordinary time. It is a meeting place, a sacred merge where spirit touches flesh, where prophecy touches reality, where heaven leans close to your timeline. That is why distractions felt louder today. That is why your mind felt unusually restless. Because right before clarity arrives, noise always tries to rise. But clarity will win. The light will break through. God didn't bring you into this hour so you could stand on the sidelines and watch others rise. He brought you here because you are the rise He has been preparing. You are the evidence of what persistence looks like. You are the vessel that has been strengthened through pressure. The fruit of this season will prove it not only to you, but to everyone connected to you. And the shift isn't simply coming, it's already happening. Quietly, steadily, deeply. Any moment now, you might feel something click inside, a gentle knowing, or a thought you've wrestled with for months may suddenly make sense. Or peace might fill the room like warm light. Whatever form it takes, understand this: you are not feeling coincidence. You are feeling confirmation. Every moment of your past has prepared your hands to hold something others dropped, to walk through doors others feared, to stand in places others abandoned. That's why you're still here. That's why the tug inside your spirit never let you quit. Even when logic said you should walk away, heaven whispered, "Stay." Today becomes a turning point in your story, a spiritual mark on your scroll. This day will not close the same way it opened. Something in your atmosphere is shifting now. And though your physical eyes cannot track every movement, the Spirit already knows. December 10 is not just a calendar date, it's alignment, a checkpoint, a gate opening for those who endured seasons without explanation. You felt something building inside you. You sensed anticipation rising in the unseen. Now, that invisible movement begins to unfold before you. Something sacred written with your name, sealed in a realm beyond your reach, has now been commanded to be released. This is the hour when old cycles lose their strength. The patterns that held you begin to break. The loops that repeated begin to open. Doors once locked begin to shift. And the message for you is simple. Stay open before 10 p.m. Heaven moves in your direction tonight. You are not running toward a miracle. The miracle is running toward you. It carries your spiritual coordinates. It knows the cost of your endurance. It knows the prayers whispered into your pillow, the disappointments you never admitted, the hopes you tried to silence, the faith you held with trembling hands. It knows you're waiting. And tonight, the answer takes form. It might not come as thunder. It may not arrive as fire. Sometimes God moves through softness, through a steady peace, a gentle revelation, a tender shift in perspective. You won't have to overthink it. You'll simply know. When the divine touches the physical, something inside you settles, and something inside you awakens at the same time. And this moment, this sacred visitation, comes not only with blessing, but with closure. Closure for chapters that drained you. Closure for wounds you carried too long. Closure for the version of you that believed delay meant denial. That version is being laid to rest, and rising in its place is someone stronger, clearer, steadier. Someone who knows how to stand tall because you have already walked through fire and did not burn. God is not returning to your past to punish you. He is returning to rewrite it, to heal your interpretation, to soften the sharp edges, to show you that none of it was wasted. Isaiah 64:8 says, "We are the clay, and you are the potter." And today, the potter looks at you and says, "The vessel is ready." That is the meaning of this hour. On Wednesday, December 10, before the hands of the clock reach 10:10 p.m., something sacred is going to stir in the quiet corners of your life. It won't arrive with noise or spectacle. It will come the way breath fills the lungs naturally, steadily, without asking permission. And that's when you'll sense it. Something you thought was finished is beginning to wake again. A dream you tucked away because disappointment tired you out. A plan you once held close but placed on the shelf to survive the moment. A relationship, an idea, an opening you thought had closed for good. God is breathing on it again, and His breath carries life. Scripture tells us, "I will put my spirit within you, and you shall live." Ezekiel 37:14. When God breathes, what seems lifeless finds its rhythm again. And when it rises, the whole landscape around you begins to shift. So don't question who you are today. Don't weigh your worth against exhaustion or fear. Not now, on a day heaven has marked with such intention. Your value is not tied to how confident you feel or how perfect your steps look. It rests entirely on what God has already chosen. And He has chosen you worthy of peace instead of constant tension, worthy of joy that stays, worthy of restoration that reaches deep places, worthy of breakthroughs that finally hold, worthy of the miraculous simply because He loves you. Let the old weight slip off your shoulders, the overthinking, the self-protection, the habit of assuming the worst. You won't need any of that in the place God is leading you. There's an ease coming, not the kind that removes responsibility, but the kind Jesus spoke of when He said, "My yoke is easy and my burden is light." Matthew 11:30. This ease is the strength that comes when you're not carrying life alone. Your spirit has felt this coming for a while. You may not have understood the restlessness, the sudden bursts of clarity, or the gentle nudges that made you pause. You may have even tried to silence them, but deep down, you knew something was changing. Today isn't just about feeling that shift, it's about walking into it. You don't need to wait for approval from anyone else. God has already opened what needs to open. The path is in front of you. The permission has been granted. And this moment is calling the truest version of you to stand up, not the you shaped by past mistakes or people's opinions, not the you who stayed small to keep peace, but the you God always knew you were growing into. This night isn't only about what unfolds before 10:10 p.m., it's also about what awakens in your spirit as that hour comes. At this level, blessings aren't just things you receive, they become reflections of identity. God isn't simply providing resources, He's confirming who you are in heaven, on earth, and in the places you're about to walk into. Things will feel different when you arrive. Conversations will shift when your name is mentioned. Opportunities that once ignored you will recognize you. Doors that once closed will feel oddly familiar when they open again. Not because the world changed, but because you did. There's a divine authority woven into this day, and its timing is not random. The world may still feel unstable. Life may not look neatly arranged, but God has never waited for perfect conditions to move. He plants His glory right in the middle of uncertainty. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Stillness isn't the absence of motion, it's the presence of assurance. That assurance is resting on this Wednesday. Before 10:10 p.m., something permanent is being written onto your story. One day you'll look back and say, everything shifted that night. You'll remember the quiet, the certainty, the moment something indescribable washed over your spirit, and you'll know without question it was God, not a feeling, not wishful thinking, a real encounter that changed you from the inside out. After today, life won't return to its old rhythms. When God opens something, it stays open. He doesn't need to reopen what never should have been shut. He breathes, and access is restored, and this time, it widens. You'll notice the expansion in your awareness, your calm, your decisions, your opportunities, your finances, your relationships, your posture, your vision. You won't chase what belongs to you anymore. You'll draw it naturally. You won't try to explain your value. You'll embody it. You won't force yourself into rooms. They'll begin shaping around you. Because this isn't an ordinary moment, it's a divine unveiling. And it was never about being noticed by others. It was about learning to see yourself through God's eyes again. That vision is returning to you today. Confusion is peeling off. Old fog is lifting. The patterns that used to trap you are losing their grip. The waiting that felt endless is giving way to direction, movement, momentum, and clarity. What's arriving isn't just coming toward you, it's moving through you. You're the vessel carrying this shift into your family, your friendships, your community, your future. You didn't endure everything you faced without purpose. Your endurance had an assignment, and now that assignment is emerging clearly. So don't be startled when your voice sounds different to your own ears, or when your thoughts become sharper, or when your steps feel more grounded. Don't be surprised if people respond to you differently. Don't overthink sudden opportunities that knock. None of this is random. None of this is luck. It's alignment. You've stepped into a place where time bends to divine instruction, where your name is carried by purpose, where favor, insight, healing, strategy, strength, and protection move with you, not because you fought your way into it, but because you surrendered what wasn't yours to carry. This is what it feels like when God decides, now it's time. As the hour approaches, honor it, don't rush it. Stay open. Let it unfold in you. Let it settle, unlock, and move. Because nothing from this point forward is staying the same. You're standing in the middle of the day God circled just for you, and the shift has already begun. You weren't imagining the pressure that pressed on your spirit lately. You weren't exaggerating the weight that sat on your chest. The dreams that kept returning, the whisper telling you something significant was nearing, none of that was your imagination. It was real. And now that you've crossed into this divine hour, you're not only sensing the shift, you're becoming the shift. This night is no longer just about December 10. It's about every prayer that felt unanswered beginning to move. It's about everything delayed gathering into your life because you remained faithful when nothing made sense. Heaven is honoring your survival, not only the physical kind, but the emotional, spiritual, and mental endurance no one else saw. You survived battles in your mind that no one can comprehend. You carried silence from God in seasons where others were celebrating loudly. You fought internal storms while showing calm on the outside. And through all of it, you didn't crumble. You transformed. The version of you standing here now is the one heaven has been waiting for. God didn't prepare this timing for the you who needed approval to move. He prepared it for the you who knows how to walk by faith while wounds still heal. For the you who kept going even when every door said no, even when your resources were low, even when your name was dismissed from rooms where it belonged. Now every barrier that tried to stop you is becoming the platform for your yes. This moment isn't about hype, it's about history, your history with God. Every quiet choice, every prayer whispered in exhaustion, every moment you let go of what hurt. Every step you took, even when you didn't understand. God saw it all, and today He stamped it, blessed it, and began releasing what was held for this moment. Something irreversible is being activated before 10:10 p.m. You may not see the whole picture yet, but you'll feel it. It will show up as sudden calm, surprising clarity, unexpected confirmations, interruptions that redirect your path gently, the release of fear you didn't realize still lingered. Don't try to make sense of it. Receive it. God doesn't move through formulas. He moves through fullness, and this hour is full. You'll notice the smaller signs first, the weight on your chest easing, the tightening in your mind loosening, the endless rethinking quieting. Your spirit will open again. There will be room for joy, creativity, and lightness. And in that space, new instructions will arrive. Not loud, not dramatic, quiet, precise instructions that reshape everything. Jesus once said, "My sheep hear my voice." And now your spirit is clear enough to hear again, just as Isaiah 30:21 declares, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" This clarity explains the resistance you faced earlier this year, the exits you didn't expect, the systems that failed you, the delays that felt unfair, the doors that shut without warning. It wasn't abandonment, it was protection. God wasn't going to let you enter a season without the instructions required to thrive in it. But now the signal has arrived, and you're finally tuned in. Tonight is holy ground, and you are standing right in the center of it. On Wednesday, December 10, you step into a moment heaven has sealed for you, a divine lock-in where more than breakthrough arrives. What's coming is a new rhythm for your life, a steady current shaped by grace. You're entering days where ease no longer feels unusual, where abundance replaces the constant push to survive, where clarity untangles the confusion that once clouded your path. Doors you used to knock on will open as you approach. Provision will begin moving toward you. Even those who doubted you will sense the favor resting on your life. For the Lord will go before you and be your rear guard, Isaiah 52:12. This shift isn't happening because you fought louder or proved your worth. It's happening because God chose this time, and when God chooses, everything else rearranges. From this hour forward, favor will follow you without request. People will bless you without understanding why. Systems will adjust to make room for your voice. Timelines will speed up. Conversations will align. Hidden help will rise. What once seemed impossible will feel natural. You're walking in a divine current now. This is more than blessing. It's a new spiritual frequency. You're not just witnessing breakthrough, you've become the evidence that God still answers, that heaven still moves, and that surrender still leads to victory.